Sweat is the cologne of accomplishment. Maple syrup. We got a workout today. Wah, Coach Canaday here and Hoka Athlete with a workout day. It's a Saturday, but that means we're not relaxing. I got the Treadmill Pain Cave set up because we're gonna be doing one of my favorite workouts of suffering, but also an effective workout. It's in our training plans a lot at higherrunning.com. That is a business plug. Coach Sandy and I like to do with our athletes, but also with ourselves, the all uphill up-tempo run. If you don't know what an up-tempo run is, check out some of my other training talks or download the free pace intensity spectrum chart on our website at Higher Running. We're also selling merch, hats, US shipping only, check that out. But it's gonna be, it could be 30 minutes, could be 50 minutes if you're doing higher mileage. I'm probably only gonna do about 35 minutes today of 80% type of effort. So not quite tempo, not quite over 85 to 90% max heart rate, not the lactate threshold, but more of a marathon pace intensity effort, right? What you would hold if you were doing a 240, 3 hour, 320 type of marathon. It might translate roughly to that flat level pace. It might be a little faster for some people, but for me it's usually around maybe a little slower than marathon pace if you're under 230 in the marathon, we'll say. But since I'm doing it all uphill, we throw pace out the window. This is about climbing, this is about mountain fitness. You get in a lot of good climbing benefits, glute activation, calf muscle activation, hamstring in the legs when you're climbing. And if I'm climbing for 35 minutes all uphill on a treadmill, I could rack a lot of vertical, which I think is really important for mountain racing. You could run at a slower speed while still maintaining that fairly high heart rate value. So checking the heart rate strap today. I've had some low heart rate values because I think my legs have been tired. I did over 25,000 feet of climbing the other week. I'll put that in meters there, which is actually kind of a lot for me, even training for mountain ultra trail races. But the treadmill's a great tool because if it's slushy and really icy outside or really cold and there's not huge mountains to climb without skiing through the snow basically, I could do it inside in the comfort of our apartment and get in some good heat training as well, work up the old sweating on the treadmill. It's very controlled. So we'll set the grade. I'm thinking maybe 17% because I can. Anything over 15% is pretty freaking steep, but I'm thinking maybe 16, 17% gradient for the uphill slope and trying to hold that for 35 minutes. But it's not an all-out effort. It's not a vertical K. It's not even lactate threshold or half marathon to 10K effort. It's gonna be controlled. It's gonna be controlled. It's about good form, glute activation, but still getting the breathing up enough that it's hard to talk complete sentences, and heart rate might be around 80% max. So let's get warmed up. I'll do a warm up first, maybe at like 5% grade, and then we'll jump into the workout. Gotta finish my coffee and waffles first though. All right guys, not gonna lie to you, I kind of woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Awfully tight. I get really bad shoulder back mobility, and then of course in my lower back, my SI joint hip area is always tight, mainly from a long rooted, I was born with a leg length discrepancy in my femur, so always gotta stretch that, always gotta do some pre-run activation drills even before I warm up. Biggest stretch being the hip flexor stuff. And of course if you have an elevated couch or a plane like this, I could get into this hip flexor stretch really well. So see here, I'm stretching my left hip flexor, getting that knee bent, then I'm looking forward, shoulders are square, up, just gentle stretch. Of course you could start off by just doing like a lunge split squat here, extend and twist with the torso. I feel that stretching in my stomach, the psoas, into the hip flexor, that whole attachment around the gluteal region and the front of the hip flexor as well, rectus femoris, TFL, stuff like that. So got to do that before I even warm up, but we'll get started pretty soon here. Just got to get the old stiff bones, doing a high mileage training, over 100 miles a week last week, or 98 miles, I guess it was. Put that in kilometers there, about 160 kilometers, 25,000 feet of climbing. That tends to tighten up the hip flexors as well as working too much at the desk, but I got my standing desk set up, so more on that later. Let's get warmed up. All about that mobility. Tired. Just going 1.5 miles, 5% incline, about 6.9 miles an hour. So 14 minutes. Then I'll take a break, get a drink, start the workout. So yeah, almost 400 feet of climbing there for the warm up, 1.5 miles. All right, let's get the incline up. That's an incline. All right, starting the workout now. The heart rate, we're gonna put the incline down to 17% grade. Maybe I'll go down to 16. I don't know if I can hold this pace. We're off. All right, uphill, up tempo, 35 minutes. Welcome to my pain cave. All right, about halfway in. 1.4 miles. 450 feet of climbing. Try to keep the heart rate around 150. Still 70% grade. Really hot in here. Minutes in, kept the heart rate around 150, 15 minutes to go. All right, last 20 seconds, 35 minutes, over 2.75 miles, gonna be close to 2,500 feet of climbing, just under. Oh man, getting pretty hot here there at the end. See the overview. Don't trust that. 1240 mile pace, 17% grade. Average heart rate is around 150. I don't get the average here for some reason, but I could check it on my Coros. So good up-tempo workout. Let's lift some weights. Well, I gotta cool down first. Cool down at 5% grade. You know, we'll go to 1 3/4 miles at least, 10-15 minutes. Just real easy. Sweat is the cologne of accomplishment. Pretty solid workout. If I could hold like 5 miles an hour or a 12-minute mile pace about at that 17% incline, that would be a lot better. At 150 beats per minute heart rate. We'll analyze the STRAVA data though now first before we get beer and pizza. I'm not sure if we'll have that for dinner, but that sounds nice. Legs are definitely feeling it because they're a bit tired, but I'm having a lower mileage week, working on that climbing power and efficiently again, and the efficiency in aerobic base building and strength, as well as staying healthy and total body strength, is really key. Keeping good running form, stuff like that. Keeping things under control, the lactate levels, not thrashing around too much, slowly building my cardiovascular fitness, but also the skeletal muscular strength
to withstand all the pounding I will encounter in these longer ultra races and intense mountain runs later in the season.
So we're trying to collect some glassware from some of the local breweries and well, the winery, Vino Salida there, but Elevations Brewery. But tonight, went to Moonlight Pizza and Brew Pub. So got some beer and of course got some pizza. It's the good stuff. Got to get the whole cloves of garlic. Got to get my breadsticks out. And of course, my little indulgence. Reward myself after a hard workout. There it is, the breadsticks, legendary. Bon appetit. Thanks so much for tuning in for this special workout video. More vlogs coming your way, as well as training talks, informative content on here. Shout out to title sponsor Hoka, keeping the dream alive. Check out our training plans. Coach Sandy and I sell training plans for any surface, any distance. HigherRunning.com. Thanks to the Patreon supporters as well for making this channel possible. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying hungry out there and eating good food and exercising well, staying healthy. Thanks so much, and stay tuned for more VO2 Max Productions. Time to eat.